Alexa Island on. Hello, people. We have two people, it looks like, so far. No, actually, let me angle away from the door so there's not light shining behind me. Hi, Patricia. How are you today? Hi, Karen. I hope you're doing well. I think Kim's going to be coming in. She just sent me a text. Hey, Beth, how are you? Kim just sent me a text saying that, are you doing a live today? Sandy said you're doing a live, so she should be popping in here too. Hey, Karen. So did you guys get to check out all of the casseroles, or at least some of them that were posted today? Hi, Audrey. Hey, Wendy. I know you checked out my casserole at least. Joan and Roberta. Everyone's piling in. There she is, Kim and Sandy. Sandy, I heard that you had mentioned that I was doing a live, which let Kim know that I was doing a live. Thank you, Karen. Hi, Christine. Oh, yeah, I'm going to be checking them all out. I have our grandson with us today. So Paul is off with a friend of his at some wine tasting thing. So I've been hanging out with our grandson playing video games. Yeah, Joan, I haven't had a chance to check them out yet, so I'm looking forward to it. Well, we've been playing two games. He likes playing one of the Lord of the Rings killing orcs games, but he plays that by himself. But then he always wants me to play Lego Marvel superheroes with him, just because he likes to kill my character all the time. Hi, Mickey. Oh, these I got from iBuy Direct. I think I have a link to them on my page. They're very inexpensive. And when I told Paul I was getting rainbow glasses, he was like freaked out because he thought they were going to be like glaring rainbow. And he goes, "Oh, those aren't as bad as I thought." Karen, if you go underneath my casserole or any of the casseroles that were posted today, there should be a link to all of the other channels that are doing the collab of casseroles. So you get, I think 11 of us did it. So you get 11 casseroles. He is almost 12. He'll be 12 in May 28th. Hey, Marcel. Good to see you here. How many of you checked out Kim? I haven't seen any of them yet. Oh, cool. Yeah, I can't wait to check them all out. After I drop Ryan off, that's what I will be doing. I told him if he wanted, he could pop over and say hello, but he's locked himself away in the guest room right now. Thank you, Sandy. Yeah, I usually try to remember to open up links to everyone's channels so that I can just link them. But let me see. Because I know there are quite a few that are here who have channels, so I don't want anyone feeling left out. So You mean you did not do a casserole, Joan? Shame on you. Actually, Sandy, I should make you a moderator so that way you can post actual links in here. Because right now I don't know if people can actually add as a managing moderator. I don't know if they can link to those. They would have to copy and paste them. But I think now if you post them, I've made you a moderator. Kim, I'm surprised sometimes that my act is ever together, so I totally get it. Sometimes it just feels like I'm spinning my wheels and what the heck, something's popping up here for some reason. For some reason, I just got a notification of the weather. I have no idea why. Go away. Thank you. Yeah, casserole. I'm surprised I haven't done more casseroles lately because I love casseroles. I have a few of them that I've done, and I don't know why. Until this collab came up, I'm like, wait a minute, I haven't done a casserole in quite a while. I mean, just for dinner, just for us, not even for a video. Oh, I'm sure you'll do fine, Sandy. Yeah, I'm the same way with the tags, Joan, where it's like I've wanted to get back into doing them, and I am going to do April's. And I did come up with questions using the AI, the artificial intelligence that I used for that recipe last week to come up with a list of 10 questions for May. So I told Sandy that I will be doing the questions for May if she didn't mind, and she did not. Oh, I'm glad things have calmed down, Joan. Yeah, it's like, I mean, life just throws things at you and you got to roll with the punches. Kim, there's no reason to be scared, I'm sure. I mean, you never know. I get scared very easily, so I'm not really one to talk. Paul will constantly be coming out into the kitchen while I'm doing something and I scream and he's like, seriously, I'm the only other person in the house. And I'm like, but I didn't hear you coming, or I'm so in my own head that I don't even pay attention. Oh yeah, I bet, Marcel. Yeah, parents who have kids who do sports and things like, I don't understand how you do it. Yeah, I mean, I was in early on, Marcel, trying to do 2 videos a week, but between editing and trying to get everything prepped, it was just a lot for me to do. Because editing takes me quite a while between my physical issues, what I'm trying to cut out of the videos, and just being able to sit for that long. So it could take me about a day off and on to edit a video. So I totally know. Unfortunately, Patricia, I do not have a shrimp casserole because I do not do seafood. I am of the mind that if it lives in the ocean, it should stay there. But Paul does love seafood, so he keeps telling me, stop saying that to people. But I've tried seafood, I just can't get into it. Oh, geez, all over the place is right, Joan. Yeah, and I mean, and when I get scared, I get angry. I mean, not really angry, but I get startled so that, and I'm hitting my laptop. I get startled. So I'm like, some not nice words come out of my mouth. And I think Paul's finally started to realize I'm not saying them at him, but at the situation. At least I hope so. Oh, I'm glad you got here too, Kathy. You know, Joan, I did a lot of study before I started my channel, partly because I was procrastinating because I was so anxious about starting a channel. But I learned all sorts of editing things. Paul luckily bought the cameras, so I have the overhead shot and the front on view, and I can intercut. Um, but it did take a lot of work to get it. But now that I've gotten it, it's easier. But again, with my physical limitations, sometimes my hands are going all over the place, and I can't click on anything without destroying a video. So yes, Joan is probably one that you could go to for seafood stuff, because unfortunately that is not me. Yes, go subscribe to the links that Sandy has shared. I do enjoy Marcel's videos. What was it, the pumpkin smoothie? That one is still one of my favorites. Scott, hey Scott, token number 2. If any of you are also in these lives, Scott and I are the token males typically, and I have taken upon myself token number 1, and Scott is token number 2. I'm probably not really number 1, obviously, but well, thank you, Joan. Yeah, I mean, I almost wish that I could just record and maybe do a couple of clips and that's it. But between like issues I may have speaking or when I might throw something by mistake, I have a lot of editing to do. Yeah, Beth, I was kind of anxious about doing it just because I'm like, what am I going to talk about? And then I got anxious before it happened, but then once it started, it was okay. I'm still only committing to once a month. And actually, the next one is going to be April 23rd, I believe it is. And that is actually the 2-year anniversary of my first video on YouTube. So hopefully you can be here for that. Thank you, Beth. Yes, if you could smash that like button because it really does help. A lot of people like comments, likes, all that kind of stuff really helps with the YouTube algorithm. I don't know exactly how, but it supposedly does. Well, thank you, Scott. Is that where the name came from, Kim? I had no idea. Thank you for clarifying that for me. Thank you, Wendy. But honestly, if Paul hadn't bought these cameras, because he was going to actually he wanted to do a cooking video, not himself. He was going to have his son do it with our grandson, Brian, who's in the other room. And he was going to have his son show his grandson different things. That did not end up working out. So I decided, all right, I can try this. So I do it all by myself because if I had somebody in the room with me, I think I'd be too self-conscious to really get anything done. But it's a lot because it's like everything's over in the corner. I think I showed you last time. I have all my cameras and lights over there. And so I have to set everything up, get all the food prepped and things like that. So there are times when I'm like, oh, do I really want to do this? But I do it. Yes, I should do another intro from Jones Coop. If none of you saw that, I magically teleported into Jones Coop while I was trying to hide out from Jimmy after living in his basement. It was a big to do for a while. I was playing around with a lot of special effects, which was fun, um, but there's not a lot of need for it. It's just quirky little fun things to do. Like when I did my Santa Claus, my snickerdoodles, and I was talking to Santa Claus, which was actually me. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, you should definitely give it a try, Wendy. I mean, and Joan had just texted me the other day because I found out I can set everything up ahead of time. And that's why, if any of you saw that I had an upcoming live, it's because it kind of like made everything set for the live and posted it, but I didn't go live yet. So it was just posting that this was upcoming. So awesome. Yeah. I'm actually shocked that I've been doing this for 2 years already, quite frankly. Yes, I do. I did, might have been last year. Let me see actually if I can find it. I did a pasta, a BLT pasta salad um, that we love. It's so good. Let me see if I can find it for you here. But yeah, I'll definitely be doing more of that kind of thing. I also, why is this? Okay. I also, um, I've been wanting for quite a while now to do something with the strawberry shortcake ice cream. That one with the little crumbs that we used to get as kids. So I've wanted to do something with that, and I think I finally came up with something that can be adaptable for a lot of people. Okay, that's the BLT pasta salad video right there. Andrea, hello, nice to see you. Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, I was very hesitant to start a channel just because I am not like a social butterfly. I'm very anxious. I have a lot of social anxiety, but being on camera by myself, I guess it made it easier. Because if Paul had been behind the camera, I think I would have felt a little self conscious. But since nobody else is in the room with me, I can do what I want. Oh, thank you, Beth. Yes, Sandy, I totally get that. Paul is either working or sometimes playing games, and he likes to play his video games. Luckily, he plays on his computer, but they're very loud. So I'm often worried that the sound is going to travel, even though I have him locked in the office. Um, Luckily, I don't hear too much of it. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people, especially with doing the tags and things like that, I think we all started getting a lot of people from each other's channels. So, yeah, that was a lot of fun, Kathy, coming up with what I was going to do next with Jimmy's basement, or then I was in jail, and yeah, so that was a lot of fun. Hi, Julie. Thank you, Mickey. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work. I mean, and it also depends on how much work you want to put into it. Because I know people who can manage to do videos pretty cleanly and not have to do a lot of editing. That is not me. So I do need to do a lot of editing, so there is a lot of work involved, but I think it's worth it. I like to, I mean, because Paul would often early on say, I think you need to cut it down. And I'm like, I can't cut it down anymore because I don't want to leave anything out that someone may need as far as information. And, um, most people say that they appreciate the information that I do provide. It may go a little long-winded. Did you want to say hello? Somebody is peeking. Somebody is peeking out from the bedroom. Um, but yeah, so I totally lost my train of thought. This is Brian. He's hiding in the guest room. What were you doing? Watching TV?
I was just watching stuff on my tablet.
Oh, okay. Oh, you weren't watching me?
No, I was watching through the door.
Okay. Everyone's saying hello to you.
Hi.
Let's see. Thank you, Sandy, for posting all of those. Yep, Brian's getting a lot of hellos. Don't let your head get too big, mister. Yes, he was going to be doing videos with his father. Remember when you guys did that one where you were going to do the wontons? You did that practice video.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how the cameras got involved, and Brian was going to be. Does have a YouTube channel. He does Roblox, some video game that I don't really understand.
I play a lot of games though.
You do more than just Roblox?
Yeah, I'm starting to get away from Roblox.
Oh, somebody said you were cute. I don't see it, but okay. I guess that works. Yeah, I think he would be good in front of the camera, but um, he as he gets older, I think he'll be a little more. He's always very sociable, very friendly with people, so he's not at all like me. Oh, Audrey's grandson does Roblox. Yeah, he's done a few videos. What is your channel again?
God of Gold.
God of
Not Gold. That's my Roblox name. My channel is Golden God.
Golden God. Okay. I don't even know if I had it because I tried to look for it at one point and I don't think I actually found it.
Can they see this?
They can see us, but they can't see that I'm trying to find your.
You gotta not put space. So.
Oh, it's just one word.
Yeah,
No wonder I couldn't find it.
Golden God and then down.
This one?
Nope. Keep going down until you see like a Roblox character.
That doesn't help me.
Put in Golden God 97. And 9762.
Oh my God.
Because for some reason it put numbers in my name and I got
Oh, this is you? Okay. You got 30 subscribers? Here. I'll have to subscribe.
Thanks.
I kept looking for it. Yeah, he does Roblox, he does Minecraft, he does Mordau, which is like a very violent game, which Paul actually got for him. And his parents were like, hey, but there's Brian's channel if anyone has kids who are interested in Roblox. Oh yeah, I cannot do Roblox. I can't Minecraft. Paul used to do Minecraft. I cannot do it. My anxiety level with all those little squares, I don't know why that sets me off. You can't link yourself, Sandy. Let me see if I can get you. I know I have you over here somewhere. There you are. I found you easily enough. Oh, sure, you beat me to it, Sandy. See, Kim subscribed. Oh, I don't know if that's Paul coming home, but don't expect to see him if it is. Is it him?
It's
Oh, Amazon. Even better. I ordered some more sweetener. Swerve actually changed. I don't know if it's because of the whole erythritol issue, but I just saw that Swerve now has a sweetener that's all allulose. So I decided to order that and give that a try. Plus, I needed more of the powdered sweetener. See, they're subscribing to your channel.
Thanks.
So you've done your business. Now get lost. It's Golden God 9762 Kim. I mean Beth. Yeah, it's like these kids these days, they know how to do all of this stuff. I was part of the reason I was so anxious because I had no idea about any of this. I had no idea how to edit, idea how to record anything. I still don't trust myself to change any of the settings on the camera. I don't really know what I'm doing there. But yeah, Brian's all right. I guess we'll keep him. So I do have one of the subscribers, Lori. Oh yeah, Sandy's grandson has a channel as well. I know I've seen the mention of it before. Yeah, I don't know how these. Well, I mean, these kids grew up with it. We didn't necessarily grow up with all of this, but Golden God 9762. I guess they randomly gave him numbers at the end of his name. So um, let me share that again just in case. Just to clarify, there's Brian's channel. Yeah, but it took a lot because for me, I get very anxious when I don't know something. So I try to learn everything that I can. Even if I have a little too much information, I'd rather have that than not enough. So, oh, it's crazy, Karen. I mean, I I don't know. I mean, luckily I have Paul who works with computers because I'd have a lot of problems if I didn't have him around. Although don't tell him that. Oh, Sebastian has more than one Sandy, or hi, Jason. Oh, I just clicked on Sebastian's link and then I thought I screwed myself by getting off of here. All right, I've subscribed to Mr. Nook. Oh, I see. Yeah, and that's the problem I had with looking for Brian's because he said Golden God, so I put in that and all these other things came up, and I'm not sure how to find him if you don't know exactly what you're looking for. Good, Jason. How are you doing? Glad you could join us. Wow, we've already been going about a half an hour, and we haven't actually really talked about much. Does anyone have any questions or anything? Oh, I was mentioning one of the subscribers, Lori. Um, she sent me a Facebook message of this video for an apple cake that it's one of those foreign, I think it's German. I did a German apple cake a while ago. This one was one using oatmeal. So she sent it to me and I thought it looked good. I had everything on hand. So I already tried to do a new version of it and I loved it. I'm going to be pushing back the video I was going to do because I enjoyed it so much and do that for this coming Friday's video. But it's like a caramel apple oatmeal cake. And it's just, oh my God, it was so good. And then Lori made it. She enjoyed it. She actually thought she could reduce the sweetener. There's only a quarter cup of sweetener in there. And I used the Walden Farms caramel syrup, which is 0 calories. So there are no bites or points. But I will give other options because you can also use the Smuckers. I would just thin it out a little bit with almond milk, but I'll explain all of that in the video coming up. Yeah, Karen, I was shocked because I was like, in the video, for some reason that they melted chocolate and put chocolate on top of it, and that just didn't quite seem right to me. So I used the caramel syrup, and it kind of seeps into the cake. It's so good. And it's extremely low in bites and calories for the portions you can get. I'm actually doing it as 8 servings. Lori said she decided she was going to do it as 6 because the calories and bites and points were so good that she was like, I'll have a little bit extra. That's fine with me. I ordered the Bestie confectioner sugar replacement because I ran out of that and I needed to do that cream cake, the berries and cream cake, because that's what you use in the crust, the cake part. So I needed to get some of that. I could have ground down some of my regular sweetener, but I prefer, since I can get the confectioners, I prefer to just get that and save my regular sweetener. But then I also ordered Swerve. Now does an allulose only sweetener. So I thought, because Swerve is the one that Paul had a lot of issues with because of the aftertaste. So I decided, let me try and see what this Swerve version is like. So that way I can let you guys know when I do the video this week. I'll mention that I have the new sweeteners and I'll try it and see what we think. Oh, you're leaving it the way it is, Lori? I didn't even realize that you were in here. So yes, Lori is the one who shared the video that I'm making this week's video off of. I don't even want to know the bites and points that you would have gotten from all that chocolate they poured on top of theirs. But oh yeah, Deanna, I love caramel. And especially apple and caramel because you get those little bites of apple. Anyway, I think I was also, see, my ADD gets me all over the place. I was also talking about those strawberry shortcake ice cream bars that we used to get. I've been wanting to do something with that. And I didn't want to have to do like in a popsicle because you have to have that strawberry in the center, and it was just getting too complicated. But I think I might have found a workaround that won't be actually frozen, but it'll give you that same flavor. I haven't tried it. That's an experiment that is going to be in the works. But yeah, that would be a great Easter dessert, definitely. I have 2 cameras. I have the one that faces me, and then I have the one that does the overhead shots, so I can do them simultaneously. And then the first editing program that I used, I would have to try to line up the sound in each of those myself. And that was the biggest pain. But now I'm using Premiere Pro because Paul has the Adobe um, suite and he lets me use it. So the Premiere Pro will automatically sync the audio for me. So that's a big weight off of me trying to match up the little lines of audio. So yeah, I just use the two cameras. Lori does. I don't believe Lori has a channel. Lori, you don't have a channel, do you? Um, I don't. Well, I use Bytes, Beth, because I switched from WW where I was doing points. I switched over to Healthy. The Better Balance plan is the same as the WW Blue plan that I was on. So even though I'm calling them Bytes, Healthy calls them Bytes, it is still basically points. So it's the same basic to that. Coconut cake. Actually, there was one that I was looking at. Actually, there were coconut cookies of some kind that I was looking at, but I will add coconut cake to my list. I did do the little coconut cream pies, so I know that I can get away with using some coconut. So I have that on the list, Kathy. Yeah, I really love. I used to do that. I had, I think it was Wilton, put out those little books that showed you how to cut the cakes to make the bunnies or make whatever kind of thing you wanted. I remember there was one that was a train that they had licorice on or something. But yeah, those bunny cakes are really cute. Lori, never say never because I didn't think I could do it. So never say never. Yeah, I haven't made one of those little bunny cakes in quite a while. I mean, with my physical issues now, I haven't um, been able to do the decorating that I used to do on cakes. Um, I mean, and it was never perfect, but it was fun and it was at least reasonable. But now with my hands not being steady, there's no way I could pipe or do any of that kind of stuff. So I still do like making them, but decorating is a little more challenging. Thank you, Lori. Yeah, we loved it. It was like I did, as you saw in the video, I ended up reducing the chicken broth to a cup because I thought it was a little too wet. Um, wasn't too bad overall, but it was just a little looser than I wanted, so I ended up reducing it by a cup. Um, but oh my God, the flavor is so good. Really loved it. And that trick of spraying the fat-free cheese with a little cooking spray, I mean, you definitely get a smooth flow on the melted cheese. It's not anything like, the little bits of string that it would used to look like. Because I would do it in like the microwave on some chips or something, and it would still look like little strings even after it melted. But the cooking spray really helps. Um, it's not, I think it's like 52 today. Alexa, weather. I have one answering from somewhere else. Let me check on the computer. Um, because yeah, I think the last time I saw it, it was 50 something. Yeah, 56, mostly sunny. So we've had a lot of those days, and that's, the type who 70, 75 is like my sweet spot. So I am not, Kim. We are actually going out. So I'm not cooking Easter dinner. Um, usually whenever it's something for the holiday, Paul actually does a lot of the, if not all of the cooking, he does most of the cooking. I will be his little sous chef doing all of the prep work. But Paul, like when we do big Christmas dinners, he's usually the one who does all of the menu planning and cooking and things like that. I just help him behind the scenes. Okay, I will add that to the list, Deanna. Fudge is definite. I mean, I did do a cheap fudge that was not bite or point friendly, that used, um, all it used was a 16-ounce thing of peanut butter and a 16-ounce container of frosting. And you melted each, combined them, put them into a pan, and you had fudge. And it's so good. A little softer than maybe, a more firm fudge that's using butter, but that there may be a way that I can adapt that with some sugar-free frosting. Although I'm not sure how great that is with bites and points, because some things like if you get reduced fat, like vanilla wafers or graham crackers, they're the same bites and points as the regular. So why not just get the regular? But, and yes, let me add that I will try to keep that 2 to 4 bites or points, Deanna, just so I know what to shoot for. You know me, I always try to get my bites and points as low as I can with as generous of a portion as I can. So, I always do my best to try to get them down there. Yeah, it's it's so weird that I get the reduced hot chocolate and it's one bite for the reduced calorie, I think it is. It's one bite for a packet, but if you get sugar free, it's actually, I think, two or more. So I have not done a pecan pie yet. Oh, wait, I, I didn't, but my friend Jennifer Lynn did. And actually, that was one of the first videos I got from her. So let me see if I can find her recipe. They were so good. She does the mini, um, like uses the um, wonton wrappers for them. I would cut off the edges just because they get a little sharp once they've dried out. So, but those were delicious. Let me check and see if I can find that from her. She did pumpkin pie, which I did my own version of pumpkin pie, and she did pecan pie all in the same video. I think it was one of her earlier videos. Yeah, 2 years ago. So let me link this for you so that you at least have a pecan pie that you can use, that it really is very tasty. Hey, Val. Yeah, so there is the link for that video with pecan pie, and she does also the pumpkin pie. I did do spanakopita, Kathy, but I did the little triangles. I did them kind of like appetizers, where I used the flatbreads, and I wrapped that up in there. So I do have that somewhere as well. But yeah, I did do. I didn't do like a layered out thing. Although the one that I really want to do is moussaka. I love moussaka, And I'm looking into ways that I can make that lower bite, lower point. Um, okay, spanakopita, check that. Come on, I know I have spanakopita in here. Unless I'm spelling it wrong. There it is. I did spell it wrong. I spelled it with an I instead of an A, and it flipped out on me. But I mean, if you wanted to do this as something other than an appetizer, I'm sure you could, but that's how I did them, was as an appetizer. Oh, Jennifer Lynn, let me get her actual channel. Yeah, Jen's WW Journey, I love her too. I actually did one of her beef stew recipes a while back, and I let her know I was doing it, and so she watched it and she seemed to enjoy it and was glad that I had had taken it on myself. Okay, there's Jennifer Lynn's channel, the channel overall. She hasn't been doing a lot of videos lately because she started doing full-time work again, and then she's got her two grandbabies, so she's had a lot going on. She hasn't been doing too many videos. Carrot cake, and do you think make one this year delicious? Yeah, I do. I haven't done um, the carrot cake. I've done the carrot muffins that had the cream cheese filling. That you don't have to do the cream cheese filling if you don't want, but it did use that yogurt cream cheese. So, but let me put down carrot cake. And see, I'm noticing a trend that a lot of the things I'm getting requests for are desserts, which is my go-to too. I am always like, Paul's like, you're doing too many desserts. You got to put something else out there. And I'm like, I know. So I do try to balance it somewhat, but I am more dessert friendly. And yeah, I did. Um, I believe I also have just a cream cheese frosting on my channel somewhere. I don't know if it's when I did my birthday cake. That was a big fail, um, but it might have been then. Let me see, frosting. I know did one using the. Oh, I did. Alicia Lynn had done an oatmeal banana cake with cream cheese frosting that I used mine for. Um, so I can link that here. That'll at least give you a cream cheese frosting. And I brought down the bites of poison a bit because Alicia Lynn doesn't always use like sweeteners or things. She'll use some more natural ingredients, which I usually don't. I don't avoid them, but I just try to not use them or use them small amounts. No, Sandy, you definitely can't go wrong with a good dessert. Deanna, I think you're right. I think we should petition to have desserts as a separate food group. I see nothing wrong with that. Yeah, Beth, I'm looking forward to all of the casseroles. I can't wait to watch them all. Which sugar substitutes did you get, Val? Because I was just mentioning, I don't know if you were here, I was mentioning Swerve just came out with an allulose only, because maybe because of the erythritol issue that people have been talking about. Personally, I'd still use the erythritol. I mean, it's like anything. I think they're getting correlations that may or may not actually mean anything. So I mean, everything's bad for you, so it's hard. Oh, you ordered it too, Phyllis? Yeah, I have it right over there. I could actually taste it, but I don't want to leave you here sitting here all by yourselves. Uh, oh, coconut sugar. Yeah, yeah. I haven't used coconut sugar. I've heard the flavor is great, but I haven't used it yet. I mean, I've used other sweeteners that have allulose, and I haven't had any sort of after effect. And Paul hasn't either. He's, as many of you know, the one who is, if there's a problem with the aftertaste, he's going to let me know. Um, so, yeah, I've tried others with allulose, and I haven't had that issue at all. Phyllis, I'm sure they'll come up with some fun side effects. I haven't had any, so knock on wood. I haven't had any from using the allulose. So yeah, I used to use Swerve all the time, Deanna, but that aftertaste, Paul just couldn't deal with it. And even though I could overlook it, I have to make things that we can both enjoy, um, so that he's also eating like I am and not indulging in things that he shouldn't. Not that he shouldn't be, but in moderation, which, let's face it, has never been my strong suit. It's not his strong suit when it comes to things like that. So, Paul cooks on occasion. Every once in a while, he'll be in the mood for something specific that he makes. He makes beef stroganoff. He makes mushroom soup, cream of mushroom soup, cream of chestnut soup. So there are certain items that he will cook, but as an overall experience, no. It's only if he's in the mood for something that he likes that he makes, then he will cook. See, Kathy, I can't. This stevia gives me an aftertaste, and I can't. I can automatically tell when something has stevia in it. Usually, there is. Oh, that might be Paul. It is, I think. Um, I I automatically taste stevia, but I did buy some yogurt that was like 0 bite 0 points, and I didn't taste it at all in that, and it does have stevia. So I love a good soup, Val. I don't know if you just saw my chicken pot pie soup, but we just finished that up. What I had left yesterday. That is so good. I love that one. Exactly, Karen. If I were able to moderate myself, I wouldn't have been in the issue where that I was. So yeah, Marcel is. I don't know what it is. I actually bought some sweeteners from Devotion. They were little packets that came in all different flavors, and I tasted them, and I'm like, oh, they have stevia in them. So I couldn't anymore. Yeah, I did try the King Arthur baking sugar, Diana, and I didn't have any issues too. What? Oh, the noise in the background sounded like turkeys, Kathy. That our Ring doorbell, we were able to assign the sound, so we have barking dogs. That's what that was. It does kind of, now that you mention it, it does sound kind of like the turkeys outside gobbling. Yeah, Audrey, when I found out that little trick about the cheese, I was like, I'm always going to spray my fat-free cheese from now on. Well, thank you, Joan. I'm glad that you were here. Hopefully you can make next month for my 2-year anniversary. People are saying hi, Paul. You don't have to say hi back, but I'm just letting you know. It was him who came in, by the way. Yeah, I love sugar-free syrup. I used to use, well, I use the Vermont brand, but for some reason, my store that I used to buy it in wasn't selling it. So I think the one I got now is Vermont Made, MAID, and I think that one's even lower. Like I went up to, I think, a third cup at least, and I was getting 0 bites for that one. So yeah, I like using the maple syrup. I do like the skinny syrups as well, but the weirdest thing, I love them early on, and I still like them, but the flavors don't seem to stand out as much. I love the sweetness, but the flavors don't seem to stand out as much to me as they used to. I don't know why, but Carol of the Belt, I can see that, Sandy. Yeah, Deanna, that was, I mean, and I was so excited for all the different flavors that they had, and I was so disappointed. I do, Bev, I do use, typically I'll use Premier protein powders. Those, not only do they taste really good, but they're also less expensive than the majority of the other ones. Typically, I can get a container for sometimes $18 to $25, depending on the size and the kind and where I'm getting it. Um, but I really do um, like that protein powder. I have cafe latte, which I will put into my midday cold coffee. I have vanilla, which I use a lot in place of some of the flour in certain recipes. If you want to cut down on the bites and points, sometimes adding about a quarter of the flour as protein powder is a way to reduce that. So, Kim said, "Hello, Paul." Again, you don't have to say anything because I told him you wouldn't say things behind the screens. But see, he's real.
Hi, everyone.
He is real. He actually cannot. This is a rare moment. He's made an appearance. Kim goes, "Oh my God," because they thought that would never happen. There is a Paul. Yes, I know. He's not a figment of my imagination. He he is an elusive butterfly. Sandy said you are an elusive butterfly. Yeah, butterflies are nice. I know, I'm shocked. I thought he won't even say anything behind the screens, and then he came around. So you got to meet Brian and Paul. This is a momentous occasion, this video. I haven't tried the Chalk Zero syrups, Deanna, but I did win, like on their Instagram, I won. Um, no, was it that? No, it was Skinny Me Chocolates. Sorry, I misspoke. Skinny Me Chocolates sent me some sugar-free dark chocolate chips, milk chocolate chips, and these little squares that they call strawberry jam that taste just like chocolate with strawberry jam inside. There's no cream, no like jelly inside of it. It just has that flavor. They were so good. I know, Karen. I am shocked. You can put a face to the name now. Thank you, Diana. Yeah, and we are at that 1 hour mark. So this might be a good time, unless someone has any other questions or anything that they like to add or ask. Um, this might be a good time to shut it down. I won't be like Kim and go for 2 hours. Hello, Kim. Um, I was shocked when I saw your last one and saw the time on it. I was like, oh my God, that girl can talk. You know, I love you, Kim. Enjoy that nap. I think I maybe should too. Dealing with Brian for 2 days, my body is not used to this kind of activity. Yes, thank you, Sandy. It was a big help helping with all those links. I'm going to go check it out, Kim, because I need to know. I'm sure there was all sorts of conversations going on there. Thank you, Scott. I'm definitely going to have to check it out, Beth, because I was shocked at how long she was talking. Oh, really? Oh, now I really need to know what was said at that live there. Oh, I will read it. Believe me, I read it all. All right. Well, I'm glad you were all able to join me, and hopefully, as I said, the next one will be April 23rd. I believe that's a Sunday, 2 p.m. Of course, I'll do a little promo thing to get that out. Um, Celebrating 2 years. I don't know why I always double that up. 2 years on Facebook. So hopefully you can make it then. Yes, and thank you, Sandy, for the collab. I think that was a great choice. Thank you, Beth. Yes, please do hit the like button for this live. Thank you all. Until next time, bye.